It is Let's Talk Arts and Entertainment on WMAY. State of the Arts, once again, coming at you with some news all about all sorts of arts and entertainment going around in the community. There's a lot going on. We have a lot to get to. So let's talk with Gus Gordon. How you doing, Gus?
Kevin, I'm doing good. You are the go-to guy in this community right now for
Oh,
arts information.
thank
You
you. I
talk
appreciate
with
it.
everybody.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
You create a lot of content, and I know it's appreciated.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Uh, Yes, there is a lot going on here in the community. Just this weekend, you will be able to watch a couple different shows. Twelfth Night is still going on. That is the UIS Theater Department's putting that on. Mr. Thibodeau Thompson directing,
Right.
and got a great cast, a great production, and that is free every single night. You can watch it live on Facebook. So definitely one you want to catch. That's and they do have a talkback session as well afterwards.
Very cool. You know, Dennis Thread, who's done some reviews for the Illinois Times. He is from this area initially, but he lived in New York for quite some time. He gave it a rave review on Facebook and said, "You must
Yeah.
watch this." So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Dennis is a very smart guy,
Oh,
and lots of good information that he provides as well. So must be worth watching.
yes, and he
And
has
Missy's
a
great. Missy Thibodeau Thompson does excellent work. So anything that Missy's a part of is going to be something good.
yes, absolutely. And Dennis is also has a show that he put together that is coming up soon. I believe it's next month. It's called the Boston Dip. Or the Wicked Waltz. So it's that'll be an interesting one. It's sort of like Footloose in the 1800s. So
Oh, well, there
uh,
you go.
yeah,
And that's for the Springfield Art Association at Edwards Place.
yes, yes, it is.
I think great.
Yep. And then also, there's a fundraiser this weekend for the Illinois Symphony Orchestra. It's sort of a dinner and a show, a virtual gala that they're doing. I believe if you haven't ordered the food yet, the deadline for that has passed, but you can still make yourself some food or get some food and enjoy. There's going to be a live performance and an auction. You'll be able to support them, support the arts that way.
Very cool. And of course, one of our premier arts organizations in central Illinois. And just coming off the pandemic, well, hopefully we're coming off the pandemic. A lot of these arts groups could really need help to reopen because what people don't think about, it was one thing to keep the groups alive during the pandemic, but it's going to take a lot of effort and a lot of money to reopen and to restaff and to start putting on productions again. So I encourage everyone out there to support the Illinois Symphony Orchestra. They're just great. And again, one of the premier arts organizations in the region, because of course they also cover the Bloomington Normal area as well.
Yes, absolutely. So you want to make sure you donate a little bit of money to them as well and enjoy the wonderful show that they will put on because always wonderful, talented musicians. And you also get to talk with them too, a talk back session afterwards. And then also this weekend, want to mention the show Requiem for a Brother. This is Coalescence Theater project. I talked with them a while ago. They're based out of Bloomington, but they have a show called Requiem for a Brother, which is a modern take on Antigone, dealing with a lot of issues, prevalent immigration and all that. So it'll be very interesting and important piece that I think people and you can watch that one live as well for free on their Facebook page. They're called Coalescence Theater Project.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yes, absolutely. And then coming up, even still this month, there's still some things going on. You can still watch Broadway Through the Ages. That's streaming through the Springfield Theater Center. And then the Springfield Theater Center also on the 30th is putting on their dinner theater murder mystery, Sugar and Vice. I was able to catch a little bit of it already because I helped out with the soundboard one of the nights they were filming. Going to be
That's right.
very funny, very dry British comedy. So, and I love those, and everybody did a great job. I saw there, so that is going to be good. That's the 30th, and their food sponsors. You'll be able to get food from Jerk Shop Go, drinks from Anvil and Forge. And there is another one that I should have.
La
La
Piazza.
Piazza. La Piazza. I had to think
Yeah.
of it there, but yes.
Can't forget La Piazza.
No,
All
you can't.
great food from both places.
Yeah. So that is going to be absolutely great. So you that'll be and the live element for that as well. You'll be able to. There will be people there in costume, cast members, that you can submit your guesses as to who the murderer may be, and they'll be able to answer you in real time. So even though it is a recorded performance, there still will be that live mystery element to it, which is going to be a lot of fun.
Very good.
Yes. Yes. Also, the Springfield Area Arts Council. Now they have a project that they've been sort of working on. That it's another thing that you will be able to participate in for all different people. It's called On My Own Time, and I talked recently with Sheila Walk about this. Basically anybody in any sort of organization, if they want to, whether it be their work or wherever, they can submit different works of art for this on my own time. So something maybe outside of work, that sort of thing. But it's they basically anything you want to, like pottery, woodworking, like maybe if you built a toy or something. So this is like a really cool way to for to show off your artistic endeavors. You make something you might not think of. Well, I don't know if this is like art or not, but absolutely they want everybody and anybody. There's a $5 fee to apply to submit, and basically any art that you can get out there. If you've been thinking, man, I don't know about this. I got this idea and I want to put something forward, put it together and also, send it to them and say, hey, you never know. This could be something you might be good at.
And Kevin, where will folks be able to see this?
The first place winning artwork will be displayed from November 3rd to the 20th of this year, the Nelson Family Gallery at 700 North 4th Street in Springfield. You'll be
Right.
able to see that, and you'll be able to. You have to submit them by the 14th of May. And then the judging will be in October. So you got a little bit of time, a couple of weeks to submit your art. But as we all know, things like that, you'll be creeping up on you before you know it. It's already almost the end of April.
Right.
Can't even, but so that's coming up there. So you'll be able to.
Yeah, no, the year's flying by.
It is. It really, really is. The Oscars are already this weekend. Which all the award shows this year have caught me completely off guard. I've just some of them I've missed, some of them I've gotten to, but I know as a theater person and as West Side Story, it's a little cropped, but that's my favorite musical. It's up there.
There, you can see Carol Lawrence's feet
Yes, you can. They're running down
and Larry
Manhattan.
Kurt's sneakers, I think.
Larry Kurtz, yep. But the new trailer for the new West Side Story movie by Steven Spielberg is supposed to drop during the Oscars, and I'm very excited to see and hear it because, like I said, it's my favorite musical. It's a wonderful musical, and any chance I get to see it, I'd love to. So that is something to watch out for the Oscars.
Right. And, it's very interesting this year with the Oscars. So many of the movies premiered on Netflix, and we're really beginning to see a change in our society on, what a movie is
Right.
and where it's seen. And of course, the pandemic just threw that up in the air. It'll be interesting to see next year if Netflix shows will also be up for Oscar consideration, or if this is a one-time event this year. I haven't read anything about that, but I know a lot of the movies were on Netflix. Maybe they had a limited release in the theaters, but it would have been very limited because not many theaters have been open this past year.
Right. No, so I think it will be staying around to have more movies produced by Netflix or streaming services because, like the year before the pandemic, there was a lot of old guard film people that were like, Netflix movies aren't made on film and put into the theater and all this other stuff. And
Right.
but we're seeing that movies produced by Netflix, put on the streaming or any other streaming platform, you can still make a good movie. It doesn't, if it's one from one place or another. So I mean,
Right.
we've seen that plenty of movies made from Netflix, people involved with Netflix and other streaming services. So I think that'll be interesting to see. Absolutely. We'll send. Speaking of another musical movie, In the Heights is coming up pretty soon. The movie adaptation on HBO Max, and you can actually hear the opening song, I believe, already for it. That came down today, so you can listen to that. And that's a very much anticipated movie from the theater
Yeah.
community, and especially everybody who loves Hamilton. That's by Lin Manuel Miranda. He actually, I believe, he wrote Into the Heights before Hamilton, but
Yeah. Yeah.
um, yeah, but that movie's coming out, so that is also highly anticipated.
Right. That was already a popular musical, did very
Yeah,
well on Broadway and on tour. But with Hamilton's amazing success, this movie is going to be really hotly anticipated, and it'll be just an amazing, amazing thing to see. The clips I've seen so far have been very fun, very colorful, very energetic, and just the kind of tonic we need right now.
Yes, absolutely. I think so. So that's one to look out for. You'll see the trailer hopefully for West Side Story during the Oscars. And I also want to mention as well, going back a little bit of a local stuff coming around here. There's a call for directors that the Springfield Theater Center is putting out. They have a musical, I believe it's a musical or a play, a some sort of holiday production around Christmas time that they are looking for, but also anybody interested in directing a show, putting something out there that say, "Hey, I would like to direct this musical or this play." They are searching. They're saying, "Hey, anybody who wants to direct something, give us your information and what you want to do." And that link is on their Facebook page and as well as their website.
Springfield Theater Center, and of course, theater and center are spelled with the RE as opposed to ER. So when you're looking for that on Facebook, remember that. So it's
Yes.
theater RE, center RE.
Yes, absolutely. That is the way that us thespians like to pronounce it, or like to spell it, But
Exactly. Hey,
yeah.
we missed talking about something last week on
Mhm.
the show, but I did. We had talked about it beforehand, and I made sure to watch it. It was the 20th anniversary celebration.
Oh yeah, I watched that too. Yeah.
Did you? I thought it was great. Seth Rudetsky was it Stars in the House
Yes.
online? You can watch it on YouTube. He did an interview. It was an hour and a half long with Nathan Lane, Matthew Broderick, Katie Huffman, Brad Oscar, Susan Stroman, and of course Mel Brooks, who's still with us and still as feisty as ever.
Oh
That
yeah.
was great fun to listen to. And they raised a lot of money for the Actors Fund. And it was just a highly entertaining evening. And Nathan Lane made the comment, and I guess this is true. He said, you couldn't do the producers today. Um,
If
and I guess that's true. But boy, that was such a funny show in the day.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess if like the movie had never been made, maybe you couldn't do it. But it's a very like it's very tongue in cheek, and the way that it's the way it that, it's not like look at how cool Hitler and the Nazis are. It's like they're making they're making fun of it and lampooning it, and like Nathan Lane also said, Mel Brooks was an equal opportunity
Yeah,
offender. So it's not like it's like these people. No, it's every single he Mel Brooks did this. He satirized every single thing in all of his work. So it's I don't know. I guess even when it was done in its time as a musical and as a movie, there were people who were like, because I think they wanted to name the movie "Springtime for Hitler" when it first came out. They're like,
right.
we can't have Hitler on a huge marquee, um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Well,
but
I was
I
always
get
a
what you're
fan.
saying.
I was always a fan of the original movie with Zero Mostel and Gene Wilder and Kenneth Mars and
Yeah,
Dick Shawn and Christopher Hewitt and all these great comedic performers. And it was just a funny story. And Zero Mostel was such a larger than life character.
yeah.
And Nathan Lane truly was the heir apparent to that role. And he, I've played the role myself, but I'll readily admit no one can do it as well as Nathan Lane. He is a talent that's unlike any other. And I was a little embarrassed for Brad Oscar at one point because Mel Brooks said, "No offense, Brad, but Nathan was the best," and Brad Oscar had taken over for Nathan Lane.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, that was kind of rude, Mel. But it's also true, as talented as Brad Oscar is, and he's very, very talented. He originated the role of Franz Liebken in the Broadway production. Wonderful understudy story, actually. The original actor, and they never mention his name, and I find that interesting. But the original actor who played Franz Liebken in the Chicago tryout for the producers was a guy named Ron Orbach, and he was wonderful. He was great, but he blew out his knees. He was
Mm,
a big guy, and he had to do a lot of that kind of Jolson performing on his knees, and he blew his knee out. Had to have surgery. Brad Oscar was the understudy and went on and got such a great response that he was awarded the part while Ron was recuperating. And Brad Oscar is just an exceptionally talented guy. I've seen him in Young Frankenstein and, of course, Something Rotten. He was Nostradamus in Something Rotten. Just an incredibly funny performer. But Nathan Lane, yeah, he's pretty much one
Nathan's
of a kind.
Nathan Lane's a man. Everything I've heard and seen him, he's just, great. When I listened to of course, the cast recording of Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, and we did that. So funny when he was doing that, and saw some clips of it. He was Nathan Detroit in Guys and Dolls, and he's done so many other some of the plays he's done. So he's. And he was so funny on that. Everybody was pretty. They all had their moments where they were they were going back and forth. So yes, a lot of fun. So if you guys get a chance, you can watch that. It's on YouTube, and it is 90 minutes, but it doesn't feel like it. I mean, it's just everyone's just having so much fun going back and forth, recounting
Right.
the stories. They play clips of the musical, so it's a lot of fun. So it's really cool to see that. So you can watch that. Be on the lookout. Several shows this weekend for. You've got Twelfth Night that's still going on. And then Requiem for a Brother opens tonight as well. You can still watch Broadway through the ages and several things coming up this month that you can watch and you can be a part of. Gus, thank you so much for joining me. We will do this again next week.
All right, Kevin, I'll see you then.
See you then. Let's talk arts and entertainment on WMAY.